Okay, let's get this very last New Vegas stream started by turning on New Vegas Vision. Goddess, that's trippy. And booting New Vegas. Now, I want to make it abundantly clear why I'm ending these streams. You may have noticed in the past month or probably several, that there has been very few New Vegas streams, like often a large gap, possibly 2 to 3 weeks between them. This is because I'm struggling to get up on Fridays. I don't like waking early at the best of times, I'm very much a night owl. But I really have been struggling to get up on a Friday, and part of the reason is I have no I really cannot be asked to do these anymore. You know, Oblivion, yes, it's fugly, but it's consistently funny. It is, you know, it's consistently funny. It's at least smooth to play. It's not like the just general clunkiness of New Vegas. New Vegas is not fun to play anymore. You know, I could live with it until Fallout 4, but Fallout 4 showed that you can have a Fallout that isn't this ridiculously clunky thing where what you point at, your gun shoots. Not New Vegas, where you point at something and your machine gun can consistently shoot round it because the bullet detection is terrible. You know, firing a shotgun doesn't lag the game out. So, I have one last thing I want to do. I looked it up a couple of weeks ago, but decided to do a TF2 stream instead because I couldn't be asked to do a New Vegas stream. Because, you know, I have to want to do the stream to get up. Sorry, hairs on my face. But, unfortunately, New Vegas doesn't provide that. I mean, it's ugly. It's clunky. It's, you know, everything's a bit stiff. Everything, you know, it doesn't control particularly nicely. You know, something as simple as just shooting a gun lags the game out. And as a result, I think that lag is what makes the accuracy really bad. You know, and the only reason... And I have gone as far as I have is because I felt an obligation to do so. Oh no, not the super coutons. Oh great, one of them's got a rocket launcher. Also, apparently, according to the wiki, this is just something I was basically just counting the weapons in New Vegas and 76 compared to how many were in the one that they were based on. For example, new weapons in 76 over Fallout 4, and then new weapons in New Vegas over Fallout 3. New Vegas has a lot more, until you get to Melee, where 76 just has loads for no good reason. But in terms of like actual firearms, not like grenades and melee, New Vegas has a lot more. I didn't count weapons that had like the same base as something else. Like I didn't count like unique weapons. Even I could, because technically the New Vegas ones are unique. They're not just a fucking named legendary. You know, just a stat swap. They are actually a new model. But beside that, but what I noticed was in the shotgun DPS numbers, apparently, apart from the combat shot. You know, the riot shotgun. In terms of New Vegas shotguns, the second best one, you know, after the mighty riot shotgun, which was actually one of the highest power weapons in the entire game, I think it was one of the few that cracked 300, was not what you'd expect. I mean, obviously the bomb was that the ye craptastic single shotgun, which honestly I don't know anyone has ever used, because I can't think of a single reason why you would. But no, the second best shotgun for DPS was apparently the sturdy caravan shotgun. Not this. But I get the feeling that the way it did the oh great. Where I want to go is I just realised where I want to go is actually in the fucking city. Museum, that will be it. But no, I get the feeling the DPS numbers were a bit shifty, because they didn't seem to include reload times for things with more than one shot in the clip. So things like this, like the reliever action, that do reliably out DPS the caravan shotgun, were getting out DPS by the caravan shotgun because for some reason they weren't actually. Which line is this? Is this the red line or the blue line? Southbound Museum.
Yeah! Tear them apart!
So that must be it. Oh. Yeah, that was just a disturbing thing to notice. It didn't make any sense either, because there's no way in hell that this thing is beaten by a caravan shotgun, because the caravan shotgun is bam, bam, and then it's like pretty much what. I wonder if I still have it. I don't know if I still have it. I mean, I have a basic caravan shotgun which is 30 shots. Hunting rifle. Basic combat drill. Oh, that's. Yeah, DPS 73. What's the DPS on this lever action? 193. So I don't know where the wiki was getting its calculations from, because I don't think it actually. So I think the in-game one does it including reload time. I don't know where the wiki was getting its DPS numbers from, if that's the case. Because there's no way that in hell the caravan shotgun would be better. Yeah, if you don't count reloads, it's notionally better, but now don't tell me this doesn't. It's blocked off both sides. Oh. How are you supposed to navigate a fucking sewer if you can't actually get through the bloody things? Ugh. Yeah, complete dead end. How the fuck are you supposed to get anymore? How the fuck are you supposed to get to the museum station if you can't actually get to it because it's blocked off? It makes. Ugh. I hate finding my way to that. And I'm not going to cheat and use fast travel, because that's a cheat. You know, it's cheating. You're supposed to navigate the bloody metros. The really low-res vertebrate parts are low-res even by default standards. So, Fuck it, I am fast traveling because I can never find my way to the... I can never find my way in there. Like, ever. See, this is the museum station. How the hell am I supposed to get anywhere if that's blocked off? It makes no sense. Ugh, stiff clunkiness. Good news from the modding world is that Fallout 4 New Vegas is more than just Good Springs. They have shown shots off of Nipton, which looks really atmospheric. Like it is like permanently on fire, it looks really good. Where else did they show off in their recent batch? They should... Quarry Junction, but no Deathclaws yet, because you don't start putting NPCs in until you're done. What else? Did a couple more, I can't remember where they were. One of them was the... I think was the drive-in near Prim? I'm not sure. It's a drive-in, but I think it was the one near Prim. The landscape seemed to match up. Now, where's Crowley? Is he in a ninth circle, because I never go in here. No, it won't be you, will it? Okay, it's clearly not there. But, and of course, Capital Wasteland is progressing nicely as well. Win? No.
Hey, you.
You.
Yeah, you.
Green hair. Yes, you.
What are you looking at? You'd think you'd never seen a ghoul up close before.
No, I've never seen a ghoul with bright green hair before.
Is that so? Even if I call you a milk-sucking, mutant-loving, water-stealing whore?
Milk-sucking?
I like a human that knows his place. Too many of you think we're all just zombies.
Hey,
they don't know.
I don't know what it is with ghouls and
that we're just
humor.
as human as they are inside. We bleed, we hurt, we regret. And you know what really pisses me off? They think the only way to kill us is to shoot us in the head, like in the old zombie stories, and that'll get us out of our misery.
Looking at how ferals behave,
hey, I know.
Yeah, I would
Maybe
believe
you
that.
Help me even the score. Not everyone is as sympathetic to ghouls as you are. They treat us like zombies, calling us brain eaters and shufflers.
Oh, zombies.
Pay. Before I get into the details, you don't have any... Well, aren't you the bloodthirsty type? I got this list of people. I've only got 4 guys left on the list. Started out with 11. All of them, they all deserve to die. But it has to be done with a headshot. Just like the old... I'll pay you 100 caps for each. Excellent. Take this snipe. Here's a list of the guys and their last known locations. Word will get around if 10 pennies kill. Bring me back something personal from each of them as proof. Well, at least he's dead. I suppose I have to pay you anyway since you brought back that... Don't keep me...
Okay, so I've now got my list of targets. I've already killed Dave, because why not? Yeah, why not?
Welcome, visitor.
But got 3 more to kill. I thought I'd have already killed Dukov off. Or maybe I avoided going in there.
Having trouble.
You know, get the irresistible trigger finger in there. You know, the way to kill zombies is with a shotgun. You don't use a sniper rifle, not against zombies. You use this. You use something like this. A good old shotgun. Yes, they want us to go just across. The thing is, I know where Dukov is, I know where Tenpenny is, I don't quite know where Ted Strayer is. I think he's Rivet City, I'm not... Wait, that can't be right. Yeah, it's curved, that's why. You know, these Metro cars, they're an asset that I'm not sure what the status is in Capital Wasteland, because some screenshots I've seen them, some screenshots they haven't. I can't remember if it... I'm thinking because it was Noldal, I'm pretty sure it was Noldal who did them. And he didn't pull his assets during the big schism. You know, the voice acting schism. So I'm thinking they're still in, just not everyone on the team has them. I'm not sure what the Wild Wasteland reference is. But I'm pretty sure that they were Noldal, and I don't... And we've seen his stuff in there, so... Yeah. He did the... I'm pretty sure he did the Autumn Trench Coat. So, I'm sure it was in there, just probably just... Some team members don't have them. Some do. I've seen like placeholder shots where they're just using the general Fallout 4 rolling stock. It's just like a generic cargo, you know, box car, I think they are, instead of the metro train. So I'm getting the feeling that it's just a case of not everyone has the asset. Well, I won't be welcome here for a while.
Hey. Hey, have you noticed that Enclave radio is off the air? Remember that big explosion on the horizon?
Oh, I know where he is now. He's in here, isn't he? Really? No one heard this.
I'm out of here. Whatever. I've got better things to do. This is hopeless. nothing here.
Yeah. I just want to make sure I pick it up properly, but it's going to lag out because it's... New Vegas is built to a critical mass and it's going to fail anytime soon. Wait, what? He only noticed me when he bumped into me.
Hey! Where?
What the fuck?
Take him down!
The fuck? Did...
Steady!
What am I witnessing?
Yeah? Yeah? You want some of this?
What am I witnessing?
Want some more?
I'm curious. Ah, that explains why. The Pack Brahmin has about a bazillion health. Which means it's got its level unlocked. Because for some reason NPCs scale really, really badly with level. And they get like ridiculous health. I don't get why the caravan guards attack. I mean... Wait a second. I can pickpocket the Brahmin! Oh, I might as well take all his ammo. I had no idea you could do... I didn't know they worked as a container. I had no idea you could do that. That's new to me. I didn't know you could unlock the Brahmin. I didn't know you could do that. That's totally new to me. I guess that's the beauty of a Bethesda RPG is no matter how long you play it, you keep finding new shit. That's brilliant. I love that. Shame this is the laggiest fuck ever. Wait a second. Is it telling me to... Ah, Pip-Boy lag. So that'll be 10 penny, and then Dukov is up there. Yep. Let's just Dukov and 10 penny. Oh dear, the caravan guards are going crazy again.
Yeah, you want some of this?
Oh, I don't want to reload my fucking gun, not pick up the Brahmin crap. I don't want to pick up the Brahmin crap. Why would I want Brahmin meat? I don't know why. Oh, Chudukov. How have I not killed him already? Like, seriously, how have I not killed him? Like, seriously, I thought I had. Oh well. Pretty ugly and progressively more unstable wasteland. Oh, I think the Enclave guys respawned. I think he's won too. Because he always does. I knew! Centaurs! One of the... That reminds... Oh, great. Level up. Whoa. Gotta pick a crappy book! Because they're all awful. There, take that one. But no, that scene at Centaur reminds me. The Fried Turkey, aka the Capital Wasteland's one of their main modelers, who's been really, really busy churning out assets. You know, like a lot of the outfit assets are now done because of the Fried Turkey. He, just for fun, didn't particularly put too much detail into it, but just did a for fun mock-up of the Fallout 4 Centaur based on the concept art, and yeah, I can see why they cut it, because it is kind of freaky. You know, if you put like the full level of detail, well, that would be bloody creepy. Although the face in the middle is kind of derpy, it's quite funny. It's like, I don't want to live anymore. It's quite a funny face. It's like sad and tragic, but funny. Yeah, I'm sure I killed this guy. Hello, just Salinas. Just... And
Hello.
aim the shotgun. Bam. Does it count if it? Does it?
Get 'em.
Does it count? Oh, and Sexy Sleepwell was one of the Fried Turkey's newest assets. Just reminds me. Also, does it count? Does it count as a headshot kill if doing in the process I also blow all his limbs off with the force of the shotgun? I don't know. Friend Claw! You know, we know with a Deathclaw running straight at you be non-scary, apart from the fact when you know it's a friendly. Although the thought did cross my mind that something had gone wrong and it glitched out and it wasn't working. You know, in the way that you do. Tenpenny will die by sniper rifle though. Just not the sniper rifle I was given. I have a much more beefy weapon. Oh, just gonna have a fort. Just have a fort parade. Now, when it comes to like weapons in New Vegas, for New Vegas, they're obviously putting in, taking advantage of the Fallout 4's weapon modding system. So, just for this example, let's use the lever action shotgun, just because it happens to be what I have equipped. This is fully modded. No sights, a choke, I think it's got a clip size extension of like a material swap. That's it. However, I would love to see it get a proper stock, rather than always have this weird just no stock version. Because a stockless shotgun is not exactly the best thing in the world. I can't look at enemies are nearby. Ugh. But I'd love to see it get a proper stock. I'd love to see it get proper sights.
I want this one's head on a fucking plate!
Lag, 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 lag. Oh, this lag is horrific. Oh, this lag is painful. Oh, Springvale. That reminds me again. I like things that act as a reminder. At least I think it's... No, this is not Springvale, I thought it was Spring... Oh, but regardless, it still reminds me. NAF95, the leader of the Capital Wasteland project, has, for a billboard, notionally, just a pre-war version of Springvale. And I think it's a really cool idea to have an actual screenshot forming the basis of it. And then you can just weather it up, because that way it looks exactly as it would in game. Also, that can't be right. Did I just see an Enclave eyeball? Power armor, fuck 'em. Because this thing ignores armor. This is another weapon I get the distinct impression was supposed to use ammo. Much like the ballistic fist, but they couldn't figure out how to do it. Make melee use ammo. I mean, to be honest, I could see quite easily how they make this use ammo. The only problem was it wouldn't have a block function. It would have an aim function. It would just work exactly the same as a flamethrower, but instead of having the flamethrower's range, it would just have like a little, effectively a spark effect at the end of its nozzle. It'd have just like super short range. And then ammo free. It could use ammo. And I hope it does for New Vegas, because it is kind of a broken weapon otherwise. It is kind of a very, very powerful weapon, and its nature means it should use fuel. Then again, so should the shish kebab, but that never does, so... lag is awful. That's not Springvale either. No, I hope there's more options added to the weapons. Because, I mean, I've seen what they've done with the service rifle. You know, that's already out. Same with the caravan shotgun. And they've added, you know, a good array of mods to them. And the anti-material, I think, as well, that's out as well. You know, they've released those on the Nexus. Is that, you know, and they've put a range of options on, but they were always weapons that had really better options in stock anyway. I mean, this is got like the weakest selection. I mean, it's just, it has basically no choice. You know, you basically, it looks pretty much the same no matter what you do to it. Just gonna, I'm sure I've got this fully modded as well, unless it had like a fucking silencer. I'm sorry, but shotgun silencers are, yeah. So it's got a choke which is an extended barrel which is barely noticeable, a choke which is barely noticeable, and the long tube again, which is, so basically all it does is get a barrel extension. That's all it does. All three of its mods are a barrel extension, effectively. You know, but it doesn't get a stock, which is like one of the more important things to have on a shotgun, because the recoil on them is pretty bad. Oh dear, that's back home is a bomb site. You know, absolutely zero chance of normal civilian employment. Oh, it's not going to go boom. Mm.
Help me! I'm wired with explosives! That's it, that's it!
Just stand still! Want to dance, meat? Let's
lag.
Eat it!
If they work, I'll be amazed. If that worked, I would have been amazed. Nope, reloads have gone silent. Nope, reloads are silent now. Time to bring out the big gun. Yeah. Overkill. Oh yeah. There he is. I mean, I blew his head off. You can see it bouncing around. I just don't know whether or not he'll survive. Yeah, I just don't know whether or not he'll count, much like Dukov, where I blew all his limbs off by shooting him in the face. No, I don't know how that works either. Because if it was bloody messy, it would just go gib the whole thing. It would just be part of him that gibs. Oh my god, this is so unstable. You know, it's It just crashes. New Vegas lags out and makes things a misery. You know, and it's the same basic engine, it's still Gamebryo. Then again, New Vegas was unstable before I put HD textures in it. Especially on the menus. If you had a deck of caravan cards, just if you had even one caravan card, the inventory would lag out something royal, sometimes actually crashing. It just, I don't know why, but for some reason New Vegas is not very stable. And the only thing I can come up with is that Obsidian had no real clue how to actually utilize Gamebryo properly, because it's sort of like Bethesda's weird in-house one. Ugh, tell you something, I don't miss damage threshold one bit. My issue with damage threshold is simple. It makes certain weapons completely useless, and certain weapons completely unresistible. You know, power armor, a walking tank suit, yes, okay, it should be sort of immune to shotgun, but it's a walking tank suit, it should be immune to, like, pretty much everything. You know, you would take more down pretty much everything. But damage threshold only allows the lower grade stuff to not do damage. This ain't Oblivion, I can't just jump off a cliff. I think fall damage is actually pretty significant. But that's the thing, I've never liked damage threshold. I've always hated this as a system. Because it basically means that shotguns are completely useless. And certain things like any rifle is completely unresistible, because it just goes straight through. And most damage, and to be honest, I've got the shotgun surgeon perk, which gives me like supposedly 10 damage threshold of reduction. Except, as you saw with those Talon company, they had 10 damage threshold. I shot them. 0. Unless it applies a certain number and they had like 20, which makes that armor almost as good as most power armor. Seems a bit unlikely, but then again, Raiders would have 0, because Raider armor only has like 2 or 3. And that's another thing why damage threshold is so fucking useless. Only the high grade armor can actually resist something, the low grade armor resists nothing. Like, actually resists nothing, like Raider armor. Like, 3 damage threshold. That won't even stop like the... I think not even the weakest shotgun pellet's weaker than that. Let's have a look, see. New pellet, 15.5. Where's that caravan shotgun? 10.9. You know, pretty much nothing. Even the weakest shit. Apparently even the detonator does enough damage to outdamage it. Yeah, so even like really basic shit like the flare gun, the flamer, really weak stuff is more than enough to completely negate the shitty damage threshold. Oh, and here's another thing. Miniguns. Heavier armor all but resist, with damage threshold all but resist them. Miniguns can effortlessly chop through trees. I think they can go through your infantry capable armor. The only thing they could potentially struggle with is power armor. But then again, for some reason, miniguns in games are usually like crippled beyond belief. The only game where I can think of where there's a minigun with like good power, it's like where the power of the minigun is what it really should be, is weirdly Team Fortress 2. The heavy's minigun, Sasha, is by far the most powerful minigun I've ever seen in a game. Because no matter what you do, that will destroy you at close range. It's got horrific damage fall-off, but it will destroy you at close range. Fallout miniguns always tend to be really gutless, for some bizarre reason. And the only one I can think of is Doom, which again was not as powerful as it should be. But with Doom, you can sort of argue that demons resist things weirdly, and the super shotgun is just the best. I mean, a super shotgun in Doom was a fucking beast. Once you got the 2 shots for it, oh, that thing was a beauty. I loved it. The old dual barrel shotgun of fun. Proved that if you're killing the undead, which I guess technically a lot of enemies were, because most of them were like reanimated corpses, is get your shotgun out and give them a good blasting. You know it works. Oh, God. You know what? Fuck them. Fuck them. This is a weapon if I wonder if either team is going to bring back. I would imagine for New Vegas would. And notionally the reload animation, you could get away with the default rocket launcher from Fallout 4. Notionally. You could be using the default rocket launcher animations. You'd have to move the handle to the bottom, but you could keep this like really big and clunky rocket, like the missile launcher, even though it's more of a rocket launcher. But you could keep this, I guess. It just seems like an odd thing to come back because it is like really fussy and weird. It would either require custom animations because of its weird holding position, or you'd have to rejig it much like the Fat Man was. Oh, I'm stuck in this bloody dead-end pit of a town again, aren't I? That's why I can't get anywhere, because this place is a little dead end. You've got to go round it for some reason. Yeah, what was it? I hope the one thing I do sort of miss. There's 2 things I really miss from New Vegas in Fallout 4. One, that I miss the holstered weapons, and secondly, I miss this ammo changing. I do actually miss it because it gives things like this a bit more utility. Like when you've got the shotgun rocket, although never use it on the Annabelle ever. Like the special one that you get from the super mutants. Never, ever use it on that because it's basically on a standard rocket launcher. If you've got the sight upgrade, which isn't a vanilla upgrade, it's a mod one, then the Hive rockets don't do anything. You have, they just miss. They just cluster together. Wow, that's like direct hit mode. There's one thing I don't like about this missile launcher, and that is its blast radius is too big. I mean, the whole thing is enormous, but look how big that bloody blast radius is. It's almost as big as a bloody Fat Man. I fire it there, I'm almost taking damage from it. And if I fire a high explosive, well, I can fire that there, and let's see. Yeah, I'm taking damage from an explosion on that wall. Let's just fire a standard rocket and see what the distance is on that. Because you'll hear the little ping of the armor. See, now I'm taking damage from a rocket that's quite a distance away. That's a pretty absurd amount of power, especially considering rockets are actually typically You know, for their job, they are typically shaped charges designed to pierce stuff, not just make a massive explosion that doesn't do any damage to any hard target. And that's another thing I sort of... Yeah, something I actually thought for is a specific blast resist. You know, just because something is blast resistant doesn't actually make it, like, bulletproof. I mean, look at all the bomb vests. They aren't bulletproof by any means. But they are blast resistant. And they would be, you know, they wouldn't resist a direct hit from this thing, but they would resist the blast from it, you know, because that's the nature of a blast suit, and that's something that I think Fallout 4 did a lot better with its armour, is have a separate blast resistance thing. Granted, it was just a enchantment, effectively, and I don't think it stacked with how many pieces you had, but it did give you a chance to survive against missile launchers and shit. I'm not going to go crawling through like the most basic sewer when I know which one works. It's the one with Rivet City, and then you go north. Not Metro Central, which I thought was Rivet City one, because there was just happened to be a water caravan outside. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Also, to anyone who's just joined, just going to recap. New Vegas streams are ending. This is the last one. Won't be doing any more of them. I will... Now, this is something I didn't say at the beginning, but I will stream Fallout 4 New Vegas and Capital Wasteland when they come out. I will definitely stream them. But they aren't coming out for at least a year, I would say. You know, and that's, you know, Capital Wasteland in particular is working very quickly. I see a lot of shit done from them. I see quests, I've seen quests implemented, I've seen things functioning. You know, so if I think they'll be one of the first to come out. But even then, I don't think they'll be coming out for at least a year. So Sky Oblivion again, I'll stream that. I'll definitely be streaming these big mods. You know, big mod projects, definitely. But for now, New Vegas streams are ending because I just can't live with this clunkiness. It's horrible. I mean, there's only really 3 things. I mean, I'm happy with my body shape finally. I'm no longer a twig. You know, nice and chunky like you're supposed to be. But I will miss the whole string. I will miss the ammo changing, but that's about the only thing I will miss. Oh dear. Oh dear. I actually killed it. And now I can't access that container anymore because it's dead. Oh no, I can. So if you try and search it, you go into his inventory. Interesting. Oh, they're not hostile to me anymore. That's good. But yeah, so no more New Vegas streams. There will occasionally be TF2 streams on a Friday. I will occasionally do them. The reason I don't stream no more, not going to stream New Vegas anymore, is I can't. You know, I struggle waking up on a Friday at the best of times. When I don't have the will to actually play it, you know, part of the reason I can get up reliably on Monday and Tuesday is because I want to play Skyrim Oblivion. I don't really want to play this. It's stiff, it's clunky, it's not that fun. You know, the lag and the stiffness really does hurt the appeal of it. It's just, I can't enjoy it as much as I used to, because I know I've had better. It's just occurred to me that these escalators are placed in so bad a place that like you'd be bumping your head as you came up them. They're a little too close to the wall. Maybe they're for children only or something. Or it is just a mind your head warning. Who knows? Stretch. Sorry. You know, I'm well aware that there's places I haven't been. I'm well aware that there's things I haven't done. But I just can't put up with this much any longer, and I can't wake up to do it. So I'm ending them. I didn't want to end. You know, I wouldn't even be up today. You know, I wanted to do a TF2 stream today, but I thought I can't just end a New Vegas stream without like actually giving it a send-off video. So that's the purpose of this video. It's gonna finish up the one quest I wanted to finish up. See what the T-51 looks like, because I can't remember what the weird green T-51 looked like.
How's the mall treating you?
And just go back to New Vegas and end at the outside of the sign. Yeah, that's the plan. Because what I like to do with the streams is when I end them, I like to put myself in the position that I was when I took this, you know, the thumbnail shot.
Enjoy the many benefits that Aquacura brings. Act in the next 5 minutes, and new customers will get an extra bottle for free. What are you waiting for? It's unbelievable.
I think using Carol's place. I think.
Are they all dead yet? Marvelous.
Oh, but I shot him in the head! I guess because his limbs blew off, it didn't
Well,
count.
better dead than take it. Good riddance. They're ghoul haters.
Oh, don't tell me he's gonna walk.
You did me a great favor. It's a place for... There are too many places where...
Oh, don't tell me he's gonna walk. If he's gonna fucking walk there. Oh, he is. Come back, you little... I'm taking my special keys. If I can find his corpse, or salute him. I know where I've got to go, but I'm not waiting for him to waddle there at half a mile an hour. That's just stupidity in a nutshell.
Slip a little Aquacura in her drink. Be the next man she lays eyes on, and she'll be sure to fall in love.
Meanwhile...
Just be sure you really want to spend the rest of your
Now... I know vaguely where I'm supposed to go, I just can't... I know it's a military base, I know which one it is, I just can't remember the name of it. Enclave camp. Enclave camp. The problem is I don't actually remember which end of the map it is. think it was north, but I'm not 100% sure. I don't know where it is, so I'm just gonna teleport out of the city. I'm just gonna go. Just give me a sec. Fort Constantine, that's the one. And it is up near. It isn't. Yes, it is in the north, and it is. Yep, that's fine. I know where that is now. It is where I thought it was. It's here. I didn't think it was that close to the train tunnel, though. I'm not.
Just scared.
Oh, stand still, stupid mutant! I can't see a bloody thing because it's night. Look it. Where are you, bastard? Yay, reload sounds are working again. Have some daylight. Have some daylight. Couldn't roam the capital wasteland without coming across an albino rat scorpion, like wolves in Skyrim. Completely omnipresent. You're not going to go anywhere without finding one. Ugh, this lag. I'll be glad to be rid of it. You know, it's also no albino rad scorpions. I don't know if I mentioned this on a stream or not, but I looked at how many hours I clocked on saves for each game. Cause I don't know if I mentioned this on a stream or not. Skyrim, my main, over 100 hours. Got shit to do, and I would say, even being generous and giving 24 of those hours to directly to mod-related content, and she still has content left to do. Fallout 4, I've usually finished absolutely everything in about 50 hours. Because, you know, I don't have many characters who are, I don't think I have a single one that's gone over 3 days. Most of them are like 2.5 at most. New Vegas? Well, let's see. Which includes 2 games, might I add. Let's see. Yeah, so 2 games. That can't be right. That can't be right. Yeah. You know, she's just clocked but most of them, you know, these have done most everything. It's like, yeah, you know, let's say 1.5 days each, but there is a tendency to rush through stuff in this. You know, I got a bigger tendency to rush through shit because of the clunkiness of it. I'm trying to, you know, forcibly push through rather than actually enjoy it. Like, for example, I forcibly skipped Dead Money. You know, it's... So, Fallout 4 just seemed very, very short. You know, because a lot of my personal saves, especially the old ones, I would travel everywhere. So the streams gained a lot of time, you know, the stream saves gained a lot of time by not doing that.
I'm gonna mount you on my...
Just, you know, but it does stand to reason that, like, let's say the Fallouts have about 2 to 3 days, you know, worth of vanilla content, including DLCs, and I'm not counting countless hours building settlements. You know, obsessively decorating player homes is not something I'm going to add into time. Because a lot of Fallout 4, I feel they skimped on a lot of content for the settlement system, which I don't think was the best call. Because the problem was the settlement system was overused but underutilized. For lack of a better word, it was absolutely everywhere. Like you really couldn't go very far without running into another settlement. You know, another settlement site. But settlements weren't really useful for anything. One was enough. You know, you needed one to dump your shit in, but other than that, you know, there wasn't really much purpose to them. And that's sort of my issue with settlements, is, like, they have to have a purpose. You know, like, if the more, for example, the more settlements you had, the more you saw friendly patrols on the road, or you saw shit in the wasteland change based on how many settlements you had. That would be better. Oh no, a vertibird. Oh yeah, they have a fucking humongous boom as well, don't they? You know what? Fuck them. Yeah, you think you can hide behind a tree. No, that's my issue with the settlements, is they were overused but underutilized. I mean, was there any need to have so many? I mean, the Minutemen quest, even the Minutemen quest, which is basically just a wrapper quest for the bloody settlement system, barely utilizes them. You know, I think you need like 4 settlements and like 6 artillery guns, and that's it. You could notionally do most of that with the 4 settlements you're basically forced to get, which would be 10 Pines Bluff, because that you're forced to do that for the Minutemen quest. You've got to claim it either way. You know, you're basically going to claim it either way. Even if you kill them off, you still have to go there. you know, Sanctuary, Red Rocket, and the castle, you're basically given the 4 settlements you need. Brotherhood. Enclave. You know, the point of the Fat Man is like pointless when you've got this, which is just like... The Fat Man is gonna kill you. It's not gonna kill your enemy, it's just gonna kill you. Because the blast radius on it is stupid. See, this is something that Fallout 4 lacks as well, and something that both New Vegas and 3 have, is environments you cannot pass. You know, big cliffs that you can't go round. You know, which makes exploring more... You know, makes the small world feel bigger. Granted, Fallout 3's world is bigger, but that's beside the point. New Vegas' isn't. Oh, I'm right at the edge of the world now. Oof, I've gone too far north, but not enough west. I hope they put like a proper world boundary in. It's something I believe that I'm pretty sure Skyblivion is doing that, where they're putting a proper world boundary in. Like, instead of just being like halfway up the cliff, they have the cliff. You know, something you can't get over. You know, on land. I'm pretty sure Capital Wasteland was doing something similar, where they had like a physical wall. Be it the shitty fence, but there'll be something, it wouldn't just, like, you can't go this way, but it looks like you can. There'll be something, because Fallout 4 doesn't have, like, physical walls in most of it, but it does have the shitty little fence. So this annoys me. There is no indication that this is the edge of the world. I'm pretty sure New Vegas actually had it all fully fenced off. There was no actual physical way to get past a lot of it. You know, there was cliffs in most of the ways were blocked by cliffs, and the ones that weren't had like car crash in them, or a massive fence that you couldn't get over. Which, you know, basically everywhere that wasn't a road was a cliff. You know, you couldn't, an unscalable cliff like that. And everywhere that was a road had either a fence blocking it at the NCR outpost, a couple of car crashes. The only bits that were a bit dumb were the bits on the lake, where they had just like floating buoys, sort of blocking you. You know, using the American term. Yeah. See, this looks interesting. It's a little Wastelander camp. See, that's just like an interesting little detail. Let's open the... Drug safe. Yeah, this is like an interesting little detail. One that's like pretty much on the edge of the map. Like, you wouldn't notice this unless you were clinging to the edge of the maps. You know, nice little details. Why is there a bridge up there? This isn't... This is the edge of the world. Why is there a bridge? I think that's actually a physical boundary. Let's just see if it is a physical one. See, that kind of boundary, I've actually managed to get over it, but that's beside the point. Oh dear. The actual world boundary is quite a bit further back, but you can see that was at least an attempt to put a physical boundary in. There's a cliff, there's a tree sticking through a rock, which, let's pretend that doesn't exist. You know, I'm a little higher than I should be. I managed to jump over the fence that I shouldn't have been able to jump over. But you can at least see the attempt to put a physical wall in. You know, that's good. I approve. So, what's that little bridge? Why is there a random bridge there? There. That's my target. I'll go across the rickety bridge. Wibbly wobbly bridge. Splat. Across the wibbly wobbly bridge that has no right to exist. Look at it! Why does this exist? To be honest, if I was a Wastelander, I wouldn't cross bridges like that. Because they're kind of unstable and shit. And leading to a complete dead end. Yeah, kind of like the most safe bridge ever. My only issue with this place is the complete lack of absolutely anything. Like, there's nothing here. There's no creatures, nothing. Would have been nice if there was like a creature nest of some sort. Then again, I get the feeling this is the corner of the map Bethesda neglected. Much like the south of Fallout 4 is very much neglected, it's all just auto-gen swamp. There is actually nothing there. There's a few hand-placed details near the roads, but most of it's just an auto-generated swamp. Oh no, not the Enclave. I'm so scared. Oh wait, no, I'm better armed and as well armed. Why should I be scared? No, I don't know why I heard a power fist fart. I don't know why I heard that. No, I don't know where the Enclave guys are. Oh god! Why are you keep... Wait, is the sentry bot making the farting power fist noise? Stand back, they're gonna blow! They actually took out whatever was up here. Oh dear. Where did I pick up so many missiles? I'm honestly a little curious now. Just look at the things go boom. You know, one rocket in the general vicinity and it blows everything. This ain't the General's house. This is the General's house. Now, no one in their right mind would use that indoors. Okay. No, not... Oh, wait, no, that's not a laser tripwire, that's just a world seam, don't worry. Nothing to worry about. Ooh, this place has some serious world seam issues. Head special key. Launch control. Oh god, this lag is getting awful. I'm glad that isn't locked. A chain link fence that's locked just really bugs me. I mean,
No hostiles detected. Continuing perimeter.
full slug time.
Alert. Non-combatants are advised to leave the area. Security sweep in progress. Lethal force may be used without warning. Threat level.
The thing is, I've never actually been in here. Always the last one you try. Ah! Can't be that. What? Did that actually just launch?
Hostile. Target identified. Down your.
Which key did I use that time? Lag. Okay, I'm just gonna open this door. Wow, that was totally worth an ultra lock.
Hostile detected. Commencing neutralization.
I have all the keys.
Are you playing games with me, goddammit?
Weapon status. Engaged.
Wait, the fuck? This is the main level. That isn't no error. That's the key for that one. It's a cheap way out. Why is this stored in the computer room? I don't get it. Why is the T-51 stored in the server room? I don't get it. Medical armor prototype. I think that was supposed to be the prototype medic armor, rather than just a suit of T-51B. No, it doesn't have any stats. Nah, good for my Enclave armor. I've never quite liked T-51. Well, that's the T-51 obtained. Go through the door I console unlocked because I wasn't supposed to.
Threat analysis. Yellow.
You cannot wait while there are enemies nearby. The fuck? I don't know which is more tragic, the fact that I can't hit anything, or this robo-brain has very, very bad aim. So, because I'll never ever find it otherwise. This is get. See, the thing is, I love the side quests of New Vegas. I love the world of Fallout 3, but oh, they are so clunky. He's just a boot. I didn't know we were playing Hogs of War. Oh, Radical Roach. We'll never hit it! Because the hitbox on them is terrible. Fuck it. You know what? You wanna fart me with a bloody Obnoxo gun? You want to be the obnoxious piece of shit? Be an obnoxious piece of shit that can't stop spamming that gun for half a second. No, I'm not fighting the Radical Roach. It's not worth the aggro or the bullets. It can't hurt you. it has like 1 damage. It can't actually hurt you. You know, it does like 1 damage. If you're wearing... Even if you're butt naked, I don't think a frag roach can kill you. But you'll waste about 1 billion bullets trying to hit one, because the hitbox on them is really dodgy. I love how these machines take caps. Like, it took caps. Like, really? Why would these machines take caps? World's slowest train journey later. Clearly a high volume station. One of these bloody doors must work. Yeah, I love how they built the building with like 1 billion doors, but only one of them is functional. It's like, why? I mean, hooking up doors isn't the most difficult thing in the world, and the New Vegas just crash. 10, 9, 8. This isn't... Let's just teleport to... I'm just gonna assume something went very, very wrong there. Very wrong. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Going to very slowly use Task Manager to kill it. 1. Okay, give it another 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And New Vegas is dead. Beautiful. Piece of crap. Ugh. Double load screen. And Freeside is loaded now. That's why I tried to go to Freeside, is because I knew what the bug was. I've seen it before. It's a case where it struggles to load the world so badly that it just gives up. It just gives up and can't actually load it. So instead it just doesn't load any of the assets and you just get the clumps of dirt. But of course it didn't want to go, so it was going to infinite loading screen, so sometimes you have to just reboot. Now I think about it, I should have just used PCB for shell buffer. Ooh, look at that fading. Also, there's something I've just... Yep.
Hey, you're the one who's been going around helping people.
Yeah, something I wonder if for New Vegas they won't make Old Mormon like pointlessly a separate zone. I'm not actually just pure curiosity, is it? Yes, it is. I thought it'd be a case where because the strip isn't just actually now I'm curious. Is this other bit of Freeside the same? Is this just an occlusion barrier? Is this just put in to block line of sight so it can put an occlusion plane? No! That's weird. So Freeside isn't the same as the strip. Because I'm just gonna go demonstrate now. Just gonna go demonstrate that now. But Old Mormon's very not busy, and it has no reason to be a separate zone. Even in this engine, I can't see it struggling that much. Of course, that was a separate zone. Like, a totally separate zone. But the strip is different. The strip isn't 3 different zones.
Thank you for visiting New Vegas.
The strip is just, they're just occlusion walls. They're there just to break line of sight so they can hide shit. See, they've got this chunky wall, but notice everything is still here. There's still Securitrons here. You know, you don't load the shit in properly, but everything is still here. All the detail. Few Securitrons, the gates, everything. Even, you know, obviously by not going through here, you don't load the NPCs properly. But the actual world is all here. All you're doing is effectively telling it to load NPCs in by going through these doors. And this was a reason of the consoles can't handle anything because they were crap. You know, they were HD consoles as well. New Vegas and Fallout 3 are not HD games. Yet, even then, this crappy engine and was pushing the consoles to their limit. Kind of says something, doesn't it? Again, Skyrim wasn't HD either. I'm not actually sure if many PS3 era games were. Even though the console was technically capable of it and it was in a HD format,
Make a brief stop.
I think anything that was... Ah, I know why. The Xbox 360 I don't think was 3D. I don't think it was HD. I think HD took up too much space on a double DVD, which is why a double DVD lot, dual layer DVD or whatever it was, Xbox 360 used lost to Blu-ray. It's because Blu-ray was, well, Blu-ray is a known HD format. Of course, this is what wasn't.
Besides a dangerous place.
I think anything that was cross-console wasn't HD. I don't think there was much that was actually HD on the PS3. I mean, there was a few things, but I think they were typically the exclusives.
Aye.
It was weird. It was a weird one. They were weird consoles. The 360 wasn't that powerful. And the PS3, well, no one really knows how powerful that was. Because no one knew how to develop the thing, because it was had a really, really, really weird development. You know, it was a really weird code base to work with. So no one quite knew the true capabilities of the PS3, and the Xbox 360 wasn't, you know, wasn't beefy enough to run things. But this was ugly even by the standards. I don't remember being particularly visually impressed with New Vegas, even when I got it. It was my first... I mean, it looked better than Oblivion, but... let's face it, anything looks better than Oblivion. You know, considering this... Remember, Fallout 3 was 2008. New Vegas was 2010. Skyrim was 2011. And even vanilla Skyrim looks better than me. You know, just a year later, makes a huge difference. You know, total engine change. Because contrary to popular belief, no, the creation engine is not the Game View engine upgraded. It is actually its own engine. It is just built to work very similar to Game View, so they didn't have, so all the developers didn't have to learn a completely new engine. That is the that's the end screen. That's the final save. That's awful. That is the end of the Vegas streams. So, since I have a few minutes left, let's see how much ammo I can burn off. Okay, I'm not going to be burning through 50 cal very quickly. That's no, definitely not going to be burning through. But that, let's burn off as much ammo as I can. Oh. Nope. Oh, my bullet. Wait. Did that work? Oh, you can't really see it very clearly. Ah. I tried to write goodbye with bullet spread, but eh. I didn't realize how much ammo I had for this. I don't have any specialty round. Let's try a different weapon. We'll see how much ammo I can burn off from this. This is a fucking 50 cal machine gun for all intents and purposes. Oh yeah, I didn't realise I had it. Now I think about it, I should have given this thing a much bigger clip.
What the hell?
You know, actually, you know what you have to use. What the f? Why is there a Brotherhood Knight here? Oh, I didn't lose fame for that. Yes, you can rapidly kill yourself with this if you really, really want to. And no, I don't know why the gun keeps going. Hey, that just looks ridiculous. Look you go! I'm repairing the wall. That is just so dumb. What? Why? Oh yes, this is burn off ammo, which is alarming, right? Because for some reason, this has a higher fire rate than the minigun. No joke, this thing has like a faster fire rate than the minigun for some bizarre reason. I mean, I upped the fire rate on this, so it wasn't like bam. It was like that more. Vanilla, it's more like bam, 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 bam. But I made it more bam, bam, bam. Like an actual machine gun. Next one. Just showing off the arsenal I picked up. Because it was actually slower firing than this, and this is not a particularly fast firing weapon. This is actually one of the most really powerful weapons. It does heavy per shot damage as well as rapid fire. Oh, this thing's ridiculous. Now the reason and when I was when I was doing like the counting for New Vegas weapons that were unique. God, look at that animation. I did not count the long carabine as a new weapon for New Vegas. Yes, this is unique, and yes, there's no other weapon like it in New Vegas. However, what was this? What is this? Oh, it was actually a reuse of the Fallout 3 lever action, so I didn't count it. Rush gun, let's fire this off. See, that's a more realistic fire rate. You know, not spazzing out like crazy, because for some reason the Fallout 3 lever action fires really hard. That's true cowboy style. Caravan shotgun, because why not? Very much a hunting rifle type rifle. And the animations are bad, aren't they? 10mm pistol. A slow firing pistol. Or 4 pistol. Oh no, a fiend! Cowboy repeater, let's see how spazzy this gets. Oh yeah, that's a bit more spazzy, isn't it? So, shoulders isn't too bad, but standard is a bit spazzy. Next one. Now, if this did damage to something, I'd be concerned. I mean, look at it. Yeah, I love how it has recoil. Yes, since we have... Yeah, no one's... I'm not quite sure how this weapon works. If you actually look at the damage output on it, it's actually lower than some other weapons. Because it is so weak shot for shot. I mean, this is actually more powerful. Oh god, that bark. You know, this fires almost as fast because that minigun is really, really slow fire for what it is. I don't get the purpose of this gun at all. Why does it have a scope? How does it have a scope? I don't get the purpose of that gun at all. I don't think that's gonna come back. Okay, so the extended launcher on it actually makes it fire so far that it can't actually hit anything. That it's gonna basically time out before it hits something. It goes beyond the actual blast radius. If you fire it at max angle, like you would... I think this actually has less blast. Yep, that was in the blast radius. Not that one. That one is in the blast radius. That is so stupid how much blast radius this has. It's like 3 times larger than the actual explosion on it. That's so stupid. World's shittiest weapon. Yeah, we're not even gonna bother firing off more of that because it is that shit. Flare gun again. Let's see if I can fire that. Oh yeah, that's not gonna land, is it? Nope, time's out before it lands. See, what's the point of having a weapon if that's all it's gonna do? Oh! You know, I know the minigun normally gets named lag cannon, but... Oh! This is the OG lag cannon. Look at it go! OG lag cannon right there. See, that's the true lag cannon. That's a true lag cannon right there. That's it, the gas rifle. Open that massive crank on the side, that ain't used for anything. Yeah. Not good, is it? Grenade launcher. Let's do this Demo Man style. You know, I love how they pump action a shotgun very quickly, but the grenade launcher, which is the exact same mech, they're very, very slow with. See, let's see if this can go over the boom limit. Nope. Yes, yes it can, because only one of those landed. Nail gun. One of the most ridiculously potent weapons that has no right to be. Look at me, I'm a medic. See, that has no right to be as powerful as it is. And I'm pretty sure it ignores armor, so it's actually really powerful. Heavy incinerator time. I want to make the screen shake like an obnoxious turd. The gun. See, hollow rifle. See, you find the hollow rifle is the exact same weapon as the grenade launcher, and yet look at the speed you fire this compared to the grenade launcher. That's stupid. Big hunting cannon. Also known as Ranger Sequoia, because that's what it's based on. It is based on this monster. Yeah, I never actually use these. Apparently I still buffed the fire rate for it, though. Not really very quiet, is it, for a silenced weapon? Oh well, next one. Left. Basically the Oh! We should call this the Lag Cannon Mark II. Basically the most powerful laser in the game. Oh, this is going to Lag Cannon. Wait a second. The Gatling laser, which used an almost identical visual, lagged the game out. This, which uses the same basic visual and fires just as fast, doesn't. The fuck? I love how it has a DPS of 1. So it does damage, apparently. Standard rifle animations don't account for the fact that the Tommy gun's got a really weird stuff on it, and this is a laser Tommy gun. Because I'm classy. Unfortunately, I can't see its shoulder, but I'm classy, I have a Lee Enfield. The spam gun. Look at the spazziness. Also, even though this is technically a DLC weapon, the animations for it already existed. It's basically just a reskinned Lincoln revolver. Oh, the mighty light machine gun. Which, again, fires about as fast as the minigun. Even the mighty MG42 doesn't fire that. You know, that's the only machine gun that's ever come close to the minigun's fire rate. And even then, let's fire a Mesmetrone. Look at it. Oh. Look at it. This is such a ridiculous weapon. Subliminal penetration level, eh? This is such a weird gun. Plasma Offender, aka it ain't quite right, but it's close enough to the original plasma pistol. You know, the original Fallout plasma pistols were very much what the Plasma Defender looks like. And it's generally a better plasma pistol. I mean, it's still pretty poor, but it is a better plasma pistol. That's what I mean. Better than this pitiful piece of crap. Yeah, we've seen revolvers enough, haven't we? Recharger rifle. I think the sad part is the recharger rifle. It's barely functional recharger rifle. You know, it's the basic piece of shit you can have. And yet the pistol is more powerful. Ooh, Nike right. Let's go. Okay, red glare first. Need more America. Needs more American music. Needs to play American tunes while it's firing. Needs to be more America. But notice this has barely any blast radius whatsoever, look. Even then, there's a blast radius. You know, this. You can be inside its blast radius, which looks more like a bloody magic tool or a firework than it does a rocket launcher. That's very, very much a firework launcher, isn't it? Look at it. Look at it go. Very much a fireworks launcher. Same explosion radius, but yeah. Is that actually one of the most powerful weapons in the game? Yes, it is! With the high explosive rounds. But look at this thing. This thing's got some ridiculous firepower. Again, no stock option though, so it's like you'll probably wrench your wrists firing this thing.
Cut it out, will you?
Look at it lag out. So another lag cannon. Really amazing how many of these weapons just lag out, isn't it? Service rifle. Just your basic Bogo service rifle. Which in 4 New Vegas will be paired with like the assault carbine and all the other M16 based weapons. It's just the same kit set. Because why not? Oh god, this bloody thing. I still don't get the purpose of this thing. It's a shoulder-mounted minigun with a pitifully slow fire rate. That's actually not even that powerful. I just don't get it. And for a weapon based on the well that looks very, very similar to the well rod, it's surprising this thing's got a clip size on it. Because the well rod was a single shot reload affair. It was very much a stealth pistol at the cost of everything else. I don't get why the sniper rifle has such a rapid fire rate. I don't get it. Why does it have such a fire rate on a sniper rifle? Sonic fart gun. It's like the righteous bison, it sort of vibrates before firing it. And it's got like no range. Yeah, yeah. Tesla cannon, which was always designed to be a single shot. As you can tell by its animations, it's supposed to be a single shot weapon, but for some reason New Vegas decided to make it a multiple shot weapon and didn't change its animation, so it still pops out the ammo every time you fire it. There's no reason for that to be there. Terrible shotgun, I don't actually have any. You haven't seen a 20. See, and this is basically the combat shotgun in Fallout 4, just slightly rearranged. But I have run out of time, and I really don't have that much more interesting shit. There's, I guess technically there's, oh yeah, there is this, because we haven't really shown off. Well, again, a faster fire rate than the bloody minigun. Anyway, that is the end of the stream. Thank you for watching. Subscribe or donate if you want. Donation links in the description as per usual, as is a list of all past live streams, even though this is the last one. Good day! 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cease.